Hey, what's up guys? UrAvgWarGamer is back with another video of World of Warships. And today, I'm going to be featuring another Franklin Delano Roosevelt video, which is a Tier 10 aircraft carrier, and obviously it's available for steel. And I played this ship to basically showcase you that why it is really strong ship in this entire game. A lot of people might disagree with this, but honestly, you can just go and check out the gameplay yourself and able to find out that really this ship is the most strongest. If you know what you're doing, if you know how to basically counter, with the help of these bombs, the way they maneuver and each and everything related to it, you can absolutely smash and get a lot of value with these planes. These planes, by the way, are pretty much the most tankiest planes in this entire game. And this already makes FDR something that you should be very much feared about, or should be fearing about. In this case, I will basically showcase you a bit of a cameo against this crew first. And I always say that FDR is absolutely broken against battleships. And I think this is not going to be an exception. And in this case, this is an arms race mode, which again makes it even more really insane to basically counter the FDR. Now in this case, I basically get double fire on this crew force, got 6 bomb hits. Out of them, 4 were penetration, 2 were non-pen, basically hit on the conning tower or somewhere where the armor is a bit thicker than 63mm, and that's the reason why I didn't get the bomb's penetration. But most of the time, you will eventually get those penetration hits, and because it's 63mm armor and there's no battleship in the game except for a couple of ships like Ruggiero di Loria that has some extremities of 120mm deck armor, and some ships like Pommern or even I think the Frederick Grosse, they also have 80mm armor. Other than that, every battleship will be easily going to get penetrated by these bombs, and these bombs do a lot of damage. Pretty insane numbers that they can pump out. Like, you have 8 bombs, and with this small reticle, you're basically able to manage easily 8 bombs per run if you are perfectly aligning your aim. In this case, I'm dropping this Kurfus, and Kurfus is actually turning in just to get into my reticle, because that guy is trying to disengage. And you can see that how much damage that I'm pumping out on this Kurfus. Like, look at that, 15k, 20k, and he's basically having no chance. He's not able to shoot down the planes since the arms race mode, which is again another ridiculous thing to basically buff the FDR to even more broken levels. You will able to find out that what I'm talking about now. I also got the HP buff, right? And this buff basically increased the survivability of these planes even more. So this guy only having what, 21,000 HP, and he's actually running away for his life. Again, look at that, he is barely surviving right now. I basically farmed him to the craziest level, and that shows FDR is broken in this game. There's no doubt Kurfus would have felt absolutely miserable life. You can see that almost killed my outright with only 1 squad. I mean, he was right. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And he's basically really get frustrated with this, and it is understandable. And that's the reason why I always say this, that if you know how to use these bombs and torpedo bombers, you can be an absolute menace with the ship. You can be absolutely bully against battleships. And if you kill the battleships good enough, well, you actually still going to have a really good chance to basically win matches. Yes, there are exceptions. If the DDs were terrible, our DDs were really bad, well, that could be a problem. But still, as you can see here, the impact that I can do by killing these battleships, and in this case, I basically wreck Schlieffen with like what, 21, I don't remember the numbers, but it must be more than 20,000 damage with these 8 torpedo hits. And he's basically damage control the flood, because you almost have a guaranteed chance sort of to basically at least get a flood. And in this case, that Schlieffen basically just damage control, and he's basically trying to turn out. I mean, he's in a terrible situation, but you can see the ridiculous maneuver of the torpedo bombers that you can do. Well, what he's gonna do here, like, he's gonna eat all 8 torpedoes again, and look at that. boom, 8 torpedo hits, and again, like, what, 22,000 damage? And I still have these torpedo bombers intact, like, with at least 2 more drops. That is insane, man. Oh my goodness. This seems illegal in this game, man. FDR sometimes feels like I'm playing cheat. It's like a cheat, man. Because look at that. This Schlieffen is now down to 23,000 HP, and if he broadsides, like against Vermont, he's going to get screwed. Now, in this case, he's actually forced to sort of broadside because he doesn't want to eat another set of torpedoes. But let me tell you, how much chance does he have in this case? Well, look at that. And he basically left with only 65 HP left, and someone basically killed him at the end. I basically got 100% torpedo hits to basically that Schlieffen. He has no chance of surviving. Like, look, I mean, did you see how much powerful is that thing really is? It is really insane. There is no doubt about it. And I'm basically going through so much AA here, and I still managed to get a strike on this Kansas. Look at that. Like, there's a Michelangelo, Shimakaze, Kansas itself, and I still managed to get a drop on this guy. That is hilarious to watch. And at the same time, it feels insane. And Shimakaze also taken some good torpedo hits on this Kansas, and he finally DCB'd the flood. But guess what? I'm coming up with torpedo bombers. Oh, sorry, the Ichi bombers. And well, even though the Kansas does have fighters and even defensive AA, by the way, so he's basically coming up with full anti-air thing. But again, I just pressed the F button. The fighter didn't tag. Neither the defensive AA does help him. And I basically killed the Kansas. So you can see only one plane gets shot down. That's not gonna do anything. So yeah, that poor guy basically died. And even though I have gone through a lot of AA by Schlieffen and a couple of other ships, I still have almost full torpedo bomber squad. And I did like 170k damage. Yeah, that basically shows a whole lot. Like, it is kind of crazy. They actually get all the damage buffs, by the way. As you can see here, they have got all 3 damage buffs, so they can basically do a lot of damage right now at the moment. Now in this case, there is a Yu Yang who is pretty much running away right now. I mean, he does not really have any chance, and I decided to play some game with him. He's running out, and I think he might not realize the situation. And he's basically moving straight forward like this. I'm not sure. He's basically now turned out. But if someone shoot him, he might die. I mean, there's a good chance of that. So I just leave him right now because there is a plane that is keeping him spotted, which is all I want. But am I going to drop him with a second drop? I think. Yeah, he's slowing down here. As you can see here, he's basically slowing down, and someone just killed him. Oh my god. Someone just shoot him, and he basically trying to turn out, and he has taken that torpedo that he was trying to dodge for so hard. Oh, that so much sucks, man. But you can see that how much powerful spotting really is in this game, and how much he has a chance to survive against this FDR squad. He cannot shoot down these squads, man. There's just no way. And now I'm dropping this Rhode Island. Again, Rhode Island is turning out to basically dodge these torpedoes, but well, he will still going to eat some torpedo. Now, I didn't have a perfect angle on this guy, and that's the reason why he basically dodged some of the torpedoes, which is okay. But now I will just hopefully get a perfect strike, and will get this Rhode Island down to low HP. Now, you can see that I'm gonna drop from here. I have 1 speed boost ready, so I'm just gonna use it right now since I really need it. And he's gonna turn out like this. As you can see, he's trying really hard, and look at that turn that I'm trying to do. And even though it's not the best again, I think it's slightly messed up with my drop. I should be turning a bit more to get a decent drop, and yeah, Rhode Island actually managed to survive a bit. But it's okay, I will come for him again. I mean, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. If I would have perfected my strike against Rhode Island, I would have already gotten 200k damage. And this is what you typically get in FDR. It's not that tough. It's not really tough. Now, in this case, I now realize there is a bit of a threat from the booster, and that is he's actually getting a cap. And since this is an arms race mode, we basically need to reset him, because otherwise they will have really high amounts of points tick towards their favor, which I don't want to do. So I just speed boost my way towards the booster, and basically giving him no time, I dropped this guy because he's behind the island. And just before he got the cap, I got 3 bomb hits and I did some damage and I got a reset, which is pretty nice. And even someone else is saying that CV to ruin the thing. This is pretty typical statements that I get whenever I play FDR, and this is not an exception. Now Booster obviously is not the best of the target to drop on, since it does also have defensive AFI, but I decided to drop him anyway since he damage controlled one of my fire. And since he's turning out, there's a bit of a chance that if he bows in, I can get some bomb hits, but although it does have less chance. But in this case, I got 5 bomb hits and I basically wrecked him for like 15,000 damage and got a permanent fire. That was a lucky drop and a good one as well. And even though the game is still going a bit tough at the moment, since, well, as you can see, there's a Kurfürst that is pushing and he might eventually spot me, so I know that I need to kill this guy quickly. And if we kill that guy, we might have a chance. Like, they have no destroyer at the moment, which is good. And we have to kill this Kurfürst. Now Kurfürst does healing up some HP, so, well, I need to basically get 2 strikes at least if someone does not do some damage to this guy. And again, I do have a lot of torpedo bombers, and I did like 213k damage, which is okay. And I have my attack ready against this Kurfürst, and you can see that the maneuver I'm doing and the maneuver I will get, hopefully I will manage to get a full good strike on this Kurfürst, even though I'm playing now slightly aggressive. But this is sort of needed because the game otherwise, can be a bit rough here. They have battleships like Kurfürst that is actually dead, and I think the Rhode Island is also pretty low here. So he got a flood, and I just need to get a 1 drop, and hopefully that should be enough. And let's see if I can manage to get a good strike on this guy. Now he's trying to basically angle towards the Anhalt, I think, but I will get a good strike and will eventually kill him, and 1 drop is enough. And Worcester actually also taken down by Vermont. Vermont actually was playing really good, and hence the reason why we basically pulled this game off. Our Vermont finally died, but I can tell you that he's a really good player. And once that happened, once we killed 3 of their ships, there is a Napoli that is basically, as expected, pushing towards the buffs, and obviously he will eventually get me spotted. So I'm just gonna drop this guy, and for some reason the Napoli apparently is just not maneuvering or turning on anything. And let's see how much damage he okay, 4 bomb hits. That was unfortunately not a lot, but again, the bombs were never the best against the heavy cruisers, or at least in the case of Napoli, it is okay, but it's not the best. The torpedo bombers and their maneuverability is so good that even the Napoli, if he tries to maneuver, still the FDR can do really good. Now in this case, a lot of people are complaining, CV for no skill. I don't know what he said, but well, I don't agree with this. People say that it does not require skill. I'm sorry, if you want to do 300k damage, or at least 250k damage in this case, tell me that it's not possible without skill, man. You have to learn and master it before basically saying this. And in this case, I'm doing the right thing as much as possible. And in this case, the Napoli has taken 6 torpedoes, and as you can see, he's actually going to take some torpedoes from a Schultz, I believe. And well, even if he takes 1 torpedo, 2 torpedoes, that's basically the game. And once the Napoli is dead, there is only the Midway that is left, and he's actually taken down by Shimakaze. And now the game is finally over. It's ended, and it's ended in victory. So it was a really good game. I want to showcase you how strong FDR really is and its broken capabilities, that if you can use it correctly, you can actually pull the games off like this. So you can see some decent credits because, again, very good credit earner if you are obviously using premium ship. In this case, FDR is one, since it does have a premium status, which means reduced service and increase in credit with the permanent booster, or at least permanent economic booster that it has. 266k damage, 47 torpedo hits, which is impressive. 42 target hits with bombs, which is nice, 3 kills, some flooding, some fires, Confederate and high caliber achievement. And in the team score, well, Vermont played well. He did really nice. I got 2k base XP and he got 2.1k base XP. And obviously the miss on a couple of ships, like for example the Rhode Island, was kind of the reason why I didn't manage to get pretty decent base XP that I wanted. But still, I mean, even if you get that much base XP, 2k base XP, and if you do like that much damage, if you do, it would do wonders regardless. And I win the game for my team, and that's what happens. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this gameplay, and if you do like it, please comment and subscribe, and I will catch you into the next one. Peace out.